What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be highlighting a team that played well. It can definitely handle this Walrein and Trevenant core very well. Since this video, I've made some changes. I added Crobat over Shadow Dragonite, and I changed my regular Snorlax to a Shadow Snorlax. And I'm no longer running Earthquake, I'm running Superpower. So a lot of little techs on the team, but it still functions very similarly to the team in this video. So, I mean, really, with this line, with all the Walrein running around, keeping Switch is really crucial because you do not want your Dragonite aligned with Walrein at any point. Fortunately, a lot of people think that they can win the matchup against Escav with Walrein for some reason, so they generally stay in. Either that or they're double weak in the back, and they just would rather, try to take it out with something. But definitely, you want to keep Switch. In this first game, you can see that Walrein led against my Escav, and I was able to put a pretty big chunk in it. We're at even shields now, and I'm coming in with Dragonite here against the Shadow Machamp. So both very squishy, neither one really wanting to take a hit from the other. I'm able to call out that Rock Slide, and I can just kind of farm down, but he decides to swap immediately to Empoleon. So I swap to my Snorlax. Now, I don't have Superpower, but he doesn't know that, and generally people will assume that you have it. So I'm able to get a lot of shields by throwing Body Slam anyway. But I decided to swap because even though Empoleon is hitting Dragonite with Waterfall, which is resisted damage, because it's a Shadow Dragonite and Dragonite's already kind of squishy, those Waterfalls add up, and Hydro Cannon even does a pretty good amount of damage, although they would be smarter to go with Drill Peck anyway. So we swap, and I'm not quite able to take that Empoleon out, but it's okay because with the energy I farmed before, I'm able to get to a Hurricane here, and since shields are down, that's just going to go through and really just eat the health right off of that Empoleon, and I can just farm down the Machamp before it gets to another move. So that's game one there. In game two, guess who's on the lead? Walrein again. Very common to see Walrein leads right now, especially when this was recorded. That was like day one of the cup. I think people are starting to catch on, but the first and second days of this cup, I mean, Walrein leads were abundant. So my team was taking advantage. Here, I mean, Dragonite doesn't have to really shield anything that an Escavalier can throw. So I decided to save that shield there, even though Dragonite is kind of squishy. And now these counters are actually doing a decent amount of damage to me. Here it's kind of tricky because they're leading Walrein, so some people might just let that go. The first time, I think I undercharged that Dragon Claw just in case he was going to let it go. Because I want to win Switch, but I also don't want to have a lot of health left. So it's a tricky balance. Now this is ideal because now he's probably going to come back in with Walrein, which is what he does, but all he gets is one Powder Snow to farm me down. He can't farm me down and completely fast move down. So it's not a huge advantage to him. Now, Crobat walls Escavalier very hard, so I have to swap to Snorlax here. I'm just trying to get as many Body Slams off as I can. And here it doesn't matter what my other charge move is, really, because Body Slam is definitely going to be the move against Crobat. So we're at even shields. The thing about Crobat is it's going to just Poison Fang away, and then those Air Slashes are going to start to add up, but you definitely don't want to shield the first couple of Poison Fangs if you don't have to, because obviously they'll start to do more damage as they add up, as your defense drops a few stages. He's doing everything he can to whittle away this Snorlax, and I'm not really sure yet if I want to save a shield or if I want to hold it for Escavalier. And yeah, here Snorlax is really low, so I'm just going to throw that Body Slam, expecting to be taken out. If I can switch immediately, I will, which is what I do. And able to get to this Drill Run here. I still have that shield in case he does manage to get to an Earthquake against me. And that's pretty much sealing up the game here, because now all I have to do is shield this. If it's an Earthquake, that's pretty much the game. I think maybe I was counting and I knew it was going to be an Icicle Spear there. Or I knew that I was close to my next move. I'm not really sure why I didn't shield, looking back at the video now. Probably because I knew it was an Earthquake. But yeah, that's the game. Game 3. 3 Walrein leads in a row. I couldn't believe my luck. But again, we're seeing that fighter safe swap, which I mean, Machamp is never really something you would consider a safe swap, but I guess in this current meta, they felt pretty safe swapping. Now, if this were my updated line and I had Crobat, this would be an even better matchup. But in this case, Dragonite can win against Machamp, but it has to be careful of Rock Slide. So I'm wary of that Rock Slide. Again, I undercharged the first Dragon Claw that I threw because, like I said, what I didn't want was for Machamp to go down immediately and Walrein to come in and just Powder Snow me down completely and have lots of energy. Because it could really take away or run off with the game that way. So this is a much better position. I won switch. We had even shields. I came in with Escav, but he's going to swap to his Nidoqueen. So I immediately swapped to my Snorlax, preserving that Escavalier for the Walrein closing the game. These Poison Fangs are going to be really the only way that Nidoqueen can kind of chip Snorlax down. Maybe if he threw an Earth Power here, that probably would have been the play. He was probably just hoping to bait me out of my last shield there. He also, now most people wouldn't expect an Earthquake here. I guess maybe he was just being overly cautious and thinking about the end game. Because I really didn't expect him to shield that. I thought that was just going to be the game right there when I threw that Earthquake. But I do get his last shield. I'm able to get another Body Slam off as he's trying to save energy to maybe throw the Earth Power against me. Decides to swap instead, maybe trying to pressure me to throw a move, or thought that he could catch the Drill Run on Walrein. But it doesn't really work out for him. I'm able to shield the Earthquake. And at that point, it's pretty much a ball game because he's not going to get to another one. So I can just counter down and I'll have plenty of energy to throw against Nidoqueen. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that Escav wins CMP against Nidoqueen. And if I didn't, maybe an Earth Power coming through might have taken me out, but I didn't expect that to be an issue. I was pretty confident that I would win CMP against Nidoqueen there, unless, Niantic decided to lag and not let me throw my move, which was definitely possible, but pretty happy with the way that game closed out. Game 4 is going to be Gengar on the lead. Generally against Gengar, what I try to do is trade down to 1-1 shield, because they have to shield Drill Run, right, or they're just dead. So even though they beat me, we actually get to that move at about the same time, because I think Shadow Claw and Counter have the same timing, and it's 7 to Drill Run. So I just have to shield a potential Shadow Ball, which I do, and then he doesn't expect the Drill Run maybe, or he's just willing to let Gengar go after taking a shield, because his Gengar is going to go down. And now he's still weak to Escavalier in the back, so I'm able to get another Drill Run off. He's keeping both shields. At this point, I decide I'm okay with letting Escavalier go. I don't know what's in the back, but I figure it's probably better to preserve my shield. So I come in with Snorlax, knowing that I might not get this Amok down before I have to take a move, but I don't mind soaking up a little energy on Snorlax and then potentially saving that last shield since I'm down 2-1 shields. Now, this closer, again, this is another situation where I think Superpower would have been better. He has to respect that I might have it, though, so it really didn't make a huge difference. I'm able to swap to clear that Acid Spray debuff, and now it's Dragonite versus Obstagoon. There's not a whole lot Obstagoon can do to Dragonite, even a Shadow Dragonite, because Night Slash doesn't hit you for super effective damage. Counter is resisted. Cross Chop is resisted. So I'm going to shield this up because he was saving up the energy a long time. Lucky for me, it was a Gunk Shot. Could have also been a Hyper Beam or something, but Gunk Shot is more popular in Ultra League. So once I shielded that nuke, the opponent realized there was no way he could win the game, so he went ahead and top lefted there. And this is going to be the last game of the set. Another Walrein lead. So 4 out of 5 leads in this set were Walrein on the lead, which is an unbelievable statistic. Like I said, I think that number has dropped off because I haven't been seeing in subsequent sets that many Walrein leads. I've been seeing a lot of fighting and anti-fighter leads. Not so much Walrein lately. It's still very much present in the meta, but not so much on the lead. Maybe 2 out of 5 games now instead of 4 out of 5. I played that pretty much like I've played every Escav Walrein lead matchup that you saw previously. So there's no need for me to give the commentary. You saw what I did. They swapped to Empoleon. I have the Earthquake. I don't know why I didn't throw it here because they probably wouldn't expect it. I just did the Body Slam. They're going to shield that up, and I thought maybe I could get to another one here, and I could. So yeah, I end up shielding this because, like I said, winning switch is really important with this team. I had to win the switch there. I had to go for the Earthquake here and hope that he would let Empoleon go so that I could get back that switch advantage. Or in this case, he didn't have a choice because he was already down 2 shields. So the Earthquake was able to take out Empoleon just in time. He comes in with Sylveon, which any Charm user who doesn't have shields is really in trouble. But in this case, it kind of works out for him because now there's 2 Pokemon left on his team that can really just body Shadow Dragonite. So I kind of have to make a combo play here if I want to win. So I get 2 drill runs off on the Sylveon, but I have to preserve Escav to deal with the Walrein. Otherwise, I lose, right? So I swap immediately to Dragonite, hoping that maybe I can catch a move on Sylveon, like that Sylveon will throw a move onto Dragonite. Instead, he swaps to Walrein, but his mistake here is throwing this Icicle Spear, or her mistake. Because if you just try to fast move down Dragonite there, maybe you have some energy to have better play against Escav later. Whereas instead, by throwing the move right away, now I can farm her down. And then when Sylveon comes back in, I've got this drill run ready to go. And that's going to be enough to take the game. So a really close final game there. Having 2 Pokemon in the back that Dragonite doesn't want to deal with is not good because Dragonite's supposed to be your closer, right? So if you don't have a way to really close the game out, you can definitely fall into some trouble, which is again why I think that Crobat or maybe another anti-fighter might be a better third on this team. But I was really pleased with the way Escavalier handled the lead, and I think Snorlax is definitely still one of the best safe swaps in this meta. So I'll probably be sticking with that for a while. That's going to be it for these battles. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to watch this video. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you have some tips or advice for me. I would love to hear that as well. But if you did enjoy, please drop a like and a sub if you feel so inclined. And I will see you next time.